Respected friends, with all salutations and gratitudes, welcome you all for this morning endeavor of doing 6 7 things for developing concentration, for developing Shraddha, for developing Bhakti, for developing Sukshmata, for developing the habit of studying the Shastras, for gaining the Shastra Jnana, for gaining through Shastra Jnana the Tattva Jnana, and for understanding what should be the ultimate Laksha and Marga, and to get sufficient prerana for that. Keeping so many auspicious purposes in mind, we are here every day for this 1 hour 15 20 minutes to do Vedic chanting, to do common sense thought, to do the mantrocharana dhyana purvaka, to do the Shanti mantra parayanam and the sankalpa, and to the Upanishad parayanam and Upanishad adhyanam with Bhashya. Shwethashwathara Upanishad, 650th day today, 6th chapter. In that, today we'll see the mantra 5, wherein the bhakti of offering also a necessary means for purifying ourselves inside, mainly freed from the ahanta and mamata, so that we become pure, subtle enough to discover the self. Discovering self is the final moksha sthiti. There is no ambiguity or second thought about it. While reaching to it, depending on each of we, the sadhakas, where do we stay, various sadhanas are required. That's what is the bulk of all shastras and the variety of all sadhanas that are indicated by various sages, saints at various periods of history, addressing to various students. Here we are, friends, doing all this to invoke the grace of Parabrahma Ishwara Jagannatha Devata Gana Guru Gana Shastra Gana. So too, our Vyaktitwas of Loka Sevaka Dharmastavaka Viragi Bhakta Shishya Mumukshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira Samskrita Bhasha Gnata Vyakarana Sahita दैवोपासकः गुरु उपासकः मननकर्ता चिंतनकर्ता निधिध्यासनकर्ता अनुभवी अनुभवनिष्ठित. Then again the first point, the loka sevaka through adhyatmikata. These are the our vyaktitvas, healthy, good for us and for all. We have to understand, we have to develop them. For that purpose also we are doing here not only these morning class but throughout the day. Let us start the first aspect of our Vedic chanting. Chandogya Upanishad Parayanam is being done. We are into the Prathamodhyaya. We have to do the Saptamaha Khandaha today. Let us start. Om Athaveda Parayanam Samavediya Chandogyopanishad Prathamodhyaya Ashtamaha Saptamaha Khandaha. ॐ अथाध्यात्मम् ॐ अथाध्यात्मम् वागेव रुक् प्राणः साम वागेव रुक् प्राणः साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मात् रुच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते तस्माद् रुच्यद्यूढगं सामगीयते वागेव सा प्राणः अमः तत्साम वागेव सा प्राणोमस्तत्साम चक्षुरेवरुगात्मा साम चक्षुरेवर्गात्मा साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मात् रुच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते तस्माद् सामरुच्यध्यूढगं सामगीयते चक्षुरेव सात्मामस्तत्साम चक्षुरेव सात्मामस्तत्साम श्रोत्रमेव रङ्गमनसाम श्रोत्रमेव रङ्गमनस्साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यध्यूढगं सामगीयते तस्मादृच्यध्यूढगं सामगीयते श्रोत्रमेव सामनोमस्तत्साम श्रोत्रमेव सामनोमस्तत्साम अथ यदेतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः अथ यदेतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः सैवर्गतयन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तत् साम सैवर्गतयन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तत् साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तदेतदेतस्यामृच्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं सामगीयते तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं सामगीयते अथ यदेवैतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः अथ यदेवैतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः सैव सातवन्नीलं यन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तदमस्तत्साम सैव साथयन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तदमस्तत्साम अथ य एषोऽन्तरक्षिणि पुरुषो दृश्यते सैवरक तत्साम अथ य एषोऽन्तरक्षिणि पुरुषो दृश्यते सैवरुक तत्साम तत्साम तदुक्त सैव तत्साम तदुक्तं तद्यजुः तद्ब्रह्मा तदुक्तं तद्यजुः तद्ब्रह्मा तस्य एतस्य तदेव रूपं तस्यैतस्य तदेव रूपं यदमुष्य रूपं यावमुष्य गेष्णौ यदमुष्य रूपं यावमुष्य गेष्णौ तौ गेष्णौ यन्नाम तन्नाम तौ गेष्णौ यन्नाम तन्नाम स एष ये चैतस्मादर्वाञ्चो लोकाः स एष ये चैतस्मादर्वाञ्चो लोकाः तेषां चेष्टे मनुष्यकामानां चेति तेषां चेष्टे मनुष्यकामानां चेति तद्य इमे वीणायां गायन्त्येते य इमे वीणायां गायन्त्येतं ते गायन्ति तस्मात् ते धनसनयः एतं ते गायन्ति तस्मात् ते धनसनयः अथ य एतदेवं विद्वान् सामगायते अथ य एतदेवं विद्वान् सामगायते उभौ स गायति सोमुनैव स एष ये च अमुष्मात् पराञ्चः लोकाः उभौ स गायते सो अमुनैव स एष ये च अमुष्यात् पराञ्चो लोकाः तागंश्चाप्नोति देवकामागंश्च तागंश्चाप्नोति देवकामागंश्च अथ अनेनैव ये च एतस्माद् अर्वाञ्चो लोकाः अथानेनैव ये चैतस्मादर्वाञ्चो लोकाः तागंश्चाप्नोति तागंश्चाप्नोति मनुष्यकामागंश्च मनुष्यकामागंश्च तस्माद् उहैवं विदुद्गाता ब्रूयात् तस्माद् उहैवं विद् उद्गाता ब्रूयात् कं ते काममागायानीति कं ते काममागायानीति एष हि एव कामगानस्य इष्टे एष हि एव कामगानस्येष्टे य एवं विद्वान् सामगायते सामगायते य एवं विद्वान् सामगायते सामगायति ॐ शान्तिः 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 seventh khanda together daily in this way one line twice and then total thing once gives that touch with this Upanishad which we are going to study as our next text. Now it's not so much new for us that we are doing the Parayana and we'll study with Bhashya everything. अथ सप्तमः खण्डः ॐ अथाध्यात्मं वागेवरुक प्राणः साम तदेतदेतस्यामृत्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते वागेव सा प्राणो मस्तत्साम चक्षुरेव रुगात्मा साम तदेतदेतस्यामृत्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते चक्षुरेव सात्मा मस्तत्साम श्रोत्रमेव रङ्गमनसाम मनस्साम तदेतदेतस्यामृत्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते श्रोत्रमेव सा मनोमस्तत्साम अत यदेतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः सैवर्गथयन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तत्साम तदेतदेतस्यामृत्यद्यूढगं साम तस्मादृच्यद्यूढगं साम गीयते अथ यदेवैतदक्ष्णः शुक्लं भाः सैव सातयन्नीलं परः कृष्णं तदमस्तत्साम अत य एषोऽन्तरक्षिणि पुरुषो दृश्यते सैवरुक् तत्साम तदुक्तं तद्यजुः तद्ब्रह्मा तस्य एतस्य तदेव रूपं यदमुष्य रूपं यावमुष्य गेष्णौ तौ गेष्णौ यन्नाम तन्नाम स एष ये चैतस्मादर्वाञ्चो लोकाः तेषां चेष्टे मनुष्यकामानां च इति तद्य इमे वीणायां गायन्ति एतं ते गायन्ति तस्मात् ते धनसनयः अतय एतदेवं विद्वान् सामगायति उभौ स गायति सोमुनैव स एष ये चामुष्मात् पराञ्चो लोकाः तागंश्चाप्नोति देवकामागंश्च अथानेनैव ये च एतस्मादर्वाञ्चो लोकाः तागंश्चाप्नोति मनुष्यकामागंश्च तस्मादुहैवं विदुद्गाता ब्रूयात् कं ते काममागायानीति एष हि एव कामगानस्येष्टे य एवं विद्वान् सामगायति सामगायति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। देखो, देखते देखते 7 खंड भी चैंटेड। नहीं किया होता तो कभी नहीं होता, करते जाओ तो होता है, जो करो वो होता है। So be a doer of what is required to be done. Now, friends, in our second aspect today, the common sense thought is very, very common, very, very simple. No? With all our shastras studied or not studied, outer worldly, academic studied, not studied, big, big professions taken up, successfully done or not done, lots of name and fame gained or not, lots of money gained or not, all of them are one side. There is another thing which, what do you call, signifies, justifies, or proves our true growth in life, true evolution in life, true maturity in our life. In short, let us be truly matured in our life. What is the true maturity? Is only two things, not even the third one. The first one is what? Should we suffer in life? Should we be miserable in our life? With all the listed things a minute ago, is not the world of beings, including us, have some of the things to some extent, some of the things to good extent, what we have listed now. The names or the fames or the monies or the powers or the positions or the academic educations, general knowledges, still are we not suffering? Therefore, the real maturity is this one. Point one. Ki, find the cause of that dukkha, find the cause of that glani, that asantrupti in life, that perennial feeling of lowness, incompleteness, inferiority. What are the reasons because of which these sufferings are happening in me? Think about it. We never pay attention to that. We never go into the hetus, mula karanas of all this. The real maturity is at every problem level, going to the root level of where exactly the problem is generated, created, and also how it is sustained, how it is growing, that problem. And like a disease, where from it is starting, why it is sustaining, why it is growing, why it is consuming me. That maturity is to know that. And if I have, let us say, any of the physiological problem as an example, diabetes. So where from it started? Hereditary one thing, overeating second thing, non-exercise third thing, a shocking experience in life at the mind level unbearable, the fourth thing, which triggers that imbalance in the insulin production as well as its what I call activity, its role. Psychological reason is the reason for the triggering of this imbalance. Once it starts, thereafter it doesn't easily set. So, whichever the reasons other than these, it has come, and then that takes away the energy, you know, takes away all the dynamism in us with all our intellectual convictions to do and achieve great things. So I must recognize where from that problem started. Then it's continuously staying only that problem and even getting aggravated. What are the reasons? Is it not my wisdom for me to know? By myself studying the books, by myself consulting the doctor, and by myself observing myself कि पिछले एक हफ्ते में मैंने क्या क्या खाया नहीं खाया, कहाँ कहाँ टेंशन लिया टेंशन दिया, तो उसके असर पर बिकॉज ऑफ द रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट, सो दिस and a hike in the sugar or whatever called the hyperglycemia, or some have the hypo also. Then we should have again the smartness, intelligence, maturity to eliminate those causes, root cause, so that that problem will not repeat or occur again. Such physiological diseases, when they are recognized at the initial level and proper precautions are taken, we are saved from them. One example is given. So many other things, whether it is arthritis kahiye, migraine kahiye, none of them just like that happen. Few may be out of prarabdha, but then many of them are our own, what you call, carelessness. So we talked to some extent about physiological dukkha. List them out, the digestion problems, जो भी है हमको जानना पड़ता है. That's the real maturity. So to the other dukkhas we get in our life. And the dukkha because of money. Both. When the money too much is there, there is dukkha. Money sufficient is there, there is dukkha. Money not there, there also is dukkha. We have to recognize it and we have to find the solution for it. When there is no money, the two ways are one, try to earn and reduce your needs and expenses. When the money is properly given by the Lord, properly budget it. When the more money is given, invest in the positive legal investments where you get little profit at least along with your investments. Or if you have good amount, utilize it for the philanthropic works, the charitable works, which gives the subtle merits which cannot be seen here. They are all called not the drushta, but they are called adrushta phala. All the punya karmas here would do of the dana adi have the adrushta phala. Hana, they will give us the comforts, conveniences at various other occasions. Like somebody called me for bhojana. Why should he call? And a sumptuous meal he gave. It him is a friend, is a relative, is a neighbor, or किसी की शादी हुई. So that wonderful food is the punya phala only. नहीं तो just like that कोई चीज नहीं होता इस दुनिया में. Whatever. So therefore, the financial dukkha, which are the other dukkhas we have, dukkha with the people around, रूट काज क्या है उस दुख का देख लो, वहां से उसको एलिमिनेट करना. दैट्स कॉल्ड रियल लाइफ मेच्योरिटी. नॉट दैट existing problems are aggravated and new dukkha's problems are invited and we are intelligent, है ना. भगवान कृष्ण categorically started telling his jnanam only with this sentence, panditaha nanushochante. A matured person cannot be in the misery. Neither he is in misery nor he gives misery to the others. शोक नहीं करता वो, दूसरों को देता भी नहीं. समझदार बंदा. Not thinking about it. Always we are in a glani, in the glooming situation, in a dukkha. है ना? And sometimes we justify also. Sometimes it becomes habitual also. Sometimes when good occasions come, blessings come for the removal of this dukkha, we don't remove them also. We are habituated to that. Like the old man habituated to the cough. That one day if there is no cough, वो हैरान हो गया, अरे क्या होगा मेरे को आज, दिन भर मैंने खासा ही नहीं. In that way, some very stupid fellows are there who are in love with that misery so much that when the occasion comes, at least for one day, that you can be free from that misery because a good group of friends who are jolly, joyful, happy, cracking the jokes, etc., are there around. वो बंदा उस दिन भी वो खुश नहीं रहेगा. They're all cracking jokes, enjoying. He is seated in between them only and eating all the kaju misery, but still miserable. Isn't it? A very, very funny creatures. Isn't it? Real maturity is to alienate our own dukkha. And then also the world, they are dukhi, find the reason and remove that as much as possible. And it is a continuous process. चलता ही रहता है जब तक लाइफ हमारे इस शरीर में है. So the dukkha because of health, dukkha because of lack of money, dukkha because of the relations, prakritika dukkhas, they also have some solution to some extent. You know? Then the main cause of all our dukkha, we all know, our own mana. You know? When there is disintegration between our mana and buddhi, there is always dukkha. First of all, when mana alone is the hetu or the decision maker or the commandant, that person will definitely be miserable. Because mana knows no logic, mana has no wisdom, mana only imagines, mana only looks for temporary, immediate, some gains, pleasures. उसका दृष्टि वहीं तक है ना. लाइक योर सर्वेंट्स, उसका दृष्टि उसी लेवल तक होता है. योर वॉचमैन, उसका यू कांट थिंक मोर. योर चिल्ड्रन, देयर एज व्हाट, 12-16 साल और 20 साल, उसका दिमाग उतना ही होता है. ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन 3 साल, उसका क्या दिमाग होगा. And take the very good another example. You may not like it. You and I also. What Shastra we studied, what deep contemplation we have done, what invocation of the divinity we have done through prayers. है ना? What study we did of our personality and changed. कुछ नहीं किया. Therefore, at what level of bewakufi we are also. Example. Not that we are so wise to think and take decisions and all. Example. Huh? All these examples are to say that the mind is like that. Mind is always bewakuf. First thing is mind alone is dominating. Second, intellect is there thoda thoda, but it is slave to the mind only. Like in some houses, the man little he commands 10%, but 90% he is slave one side to his parents, he is slave the other side to the wife, he is also slave to his children. Finally, the grandchildren also command that old man. है ना? Better to die चुल्लू भर पानी में. Because of so much of dependency or expectation, कुछ ना कुछ nonsense होता है. Because of which he is slave to all. You need not. You should not dominate anybody. Same time, you need not succumb or be slave to anyone. Why? Why do you insert the Lord in you that the people take you for granted? You know? When I know my limitations and when I know my capacities, when I know my contributions, I should not allow others to overpower me. That's not right. But some people are there. Same way, our intellect, isn't it? So the solution is what? The intellect, with all its full wisdom, should dominate our mind and other things. Then only we can always be in an alert mode of not allowing the miseries to come. So, is it mind the cause of dukkha? This is how the mind becomes cause of dukkha. When the intellect is fully equipped with the authentic knowledge and it is commanding the mind, those dukkhas won't be there. Isn't it? Think about it. So the real maturity, 50% or 1 point is this. That what are the hetus for my dukkha, how to eliminate them. पक्का होना चाहिए. Hmm. The other second maturity, obviously, the exactly contrast opposite of it. That do we want happiness in our life or not? You know, like the earlier one, we asked the question, do you want to continuously be miserable? If the answer is no, then find what are the reasons of misery, remove them. So here also, do we want to be perennially happy, comfortable, contented with myself, isn't it? With full, beautiful respect, self respect. Then here also the maturity is to know the hetus, karanas. What are the causes which cause this beautiful happiness in my life? Variety of them. At every moment of our life, there should be peace, happiness, contentment, sense of fulfillment prevailing in us. उसका भी फिर मेहनत होता है दिमाग से सोचकर बात समझना पड़ता है. Here also is a maturity. How to maintain that state of happiness? Every time happiness may not be there, at least the peace. In fact, peace is greater than happiness. Because there can be people happy without peace. But when there is peace, definitely happiness comes. Ashantasya kutas sukham, as it is said. So that maturity I must have to find small little to higher than the highest happinesses. One of the way of finding the happiness, eliminating misery, which we will see another day also more elaborately, is just by choice. सोच लो आज कुछ भी हो जाए मैं दुखी नहीं रहूंगा हो सकता है क्या मेरे से सो टू आज कुछ भी हो जाए आई विल मेंटेन हैप्पीनेस हो सकता है क्या देखो हो सकता है एंड देन विद दीज टू थिंग्स अचीव्ड all other discussion can be put an end. No need at all. है ना लाइक आज सम पीपल यार मिजरेबल कुछ नहीं बस मेरा आदत ही वो है we can become the other way. Why are you happy with all the problems around? Somehow I just learned and maintained to maintain that happiness. बस मैं खुश हूँ बस भाई मेरे को पता है कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स का सॉल्यूशन होता है आई नो दैट आई अप्लाइड कोई प्रॉब्लम्स का सॉल्यूशन नहीं होता है आई गो थ्रू इट देयर इज नथिंग टू मेक एन इश्यू एंड बिकम मिजरेबल देयर आर सम वाइज पीपल ट्रूली प्रैक्टिकल खुश मिजाज के नॉट मच वेदांत स्टडीड लकीली and we study the vedanta and more miserable than the ordinary fellow कितने दिन हो गए हंस के क्यों नहीं हंस रहे हो बिकॉज आई एम वेदांती अरे see the Gurudev and all Mahatmas. They are the best to prove. Lord Krishna. The greater Vedanta Jnani you are, the more exuberance and happiness should express through us, uncaused. Spirituality, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Anandam Brahma. तो आनंद स्वरूप ब्रह्म को जानने वाला पहले से प्रैक्टिस करो बी हैप्पी If you practice misery, even after knowing Brahman, if you put face miserable only. So anyway, that's one way. But then this is the maturity. Be alert all the time to see that what gives that contentment, what makes it peaceful my life. There should be a fulfillment, no sense. हमेशा वो धन्यता जो कहते हैं ना, fulfillment means धन्यत्व, है ना? Like this 1 hour when we do the class, there is a dhanyatva. Otherwise, this time would have been wasted in something else. That feeling of धन्यता, अच्छा हो गया आज हमने क्लास किया. So to your other upasanas which you decide to do every day, there is a dhanyata in them. In that way, so many things, reasons are there, outer and inner, related to the world and related to oneself. When we take up and do them, there is always dhanyata. And the summary of it is what? To do what is to be done gives us dhanyata when we do what we have to do. Naturally, when we do what we are not supposed to do, that time we become miserable. जो करना है वो जरूर करते हैं, जो नहीं करना है छोड़ देते हैं, वी आर ऑलवेज हैप्पी. द अदर वे अराउंड, जो करना है नहीं करते हैं, जो नहीं करना करते हैं, देन वी बिकम मिजरेबल. बी अलर्ट अबाउट इट. सी टू इट दैट neither we create and maintain misery nor we supply it to the world. So too, always we are in that mood of happiness, peace, genuine, true, not the laughing club wala. That's okay. That is also one way. But how many people got the variety of headaches after that? You ask them, they will tell. Because they are laughing should be natural from within. अब जबरदस्ती करोगे, all the nerves and muscles get stiffened there. Not that way, but truly from genuine. Not ahu wala, but real thing. That's what we called the one word today, the maturity. है Find that from within and maintain that always. वैसे, to answer it from the spiritual standpoint, a jnani, a bhakta, a yogi, a karma yogi alone can be happy in this world. Spiritually देखो तो. That's the ultimate solution. बाकी सब टाइम पास के लिए हम बताते हैं कॉमन सेंस थॉट करके, बट फाइनल तो इसी में होता है. Exactly opposite of it, instead of jnani and ajnani, he is miserable. Instead of a bhakta and ahankari, he is miserable. Instead of a yogi whose whole personality layers are totally uncontrolled, he is miserable. So too, instead of a karma yogi, a lazy fellow is miserable. That is the ultimate spiritual answers. So spread peace, spread joy, genuine in this world, and avoid dukkha and dissatisfaction genuinely. Let that maturity come. What is that maturity? Not specifically mentioned. It is left for your homework. All that is the avagahana only, but what is it? You think about it. Why should I be miserable? How I have to be happy? Think about it. Don't remain lazy. To begin with, to become happy, one may become materialistic too. That earn money and spend it and enjoy. Chalega, to begin with. Later on, you only know that it's not a true permanent happiness. Then you seek the higher ways, deeper ways, subtler ways, purer ways of becoming happy, remaining in happy mood. Right? And the true Vedantin, who has digested the Vedanta, he says, I am Sarva Vyapaka, Sarva Adhisthana, Sachidananda Brahma. There's no reason in me to be miserable. Thank you. This is the thought today. Now, let us do our mantrocharana, third topic. What mantra we take? कोई मन में अभी तक सोचा नहीं. There are so many. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Sri Rama. Sri Rama mantra we will do today. Okay. Uh, Big mantra, four-liner. Which one we'll do? Ramo Rajamanis. This we'll do another day. Vaidehi Sahitam. वो भी और एक दिन करेंगे. वामे भूमि सुता वो भी और एक दिन. Today we'll do uh, this one. Sri Raghava. This mantra. Just Sri Ramji's all facets are remembered, and we in our devotion surrender to him. Pray to him, O Lord, be with me and protect me. Let the Shanti, Satyata, Dharma which you lived, may it come to me too. May that tapasya which you lived in that forest, may that come to me. Let that Bhratru Prema, Patni Prema, and Mata Pitru Prema, Loka Prema, which you have, let it come to me. Let the Vairagya, because of which you are taught, the Brahmajnana by Vasishtaji, that come to me. Finally, that the power with which you eliminated the negativities like Ravana, they be there with me too, that I am capable of eliminating the inner Ravana first. In this way, praying to that Lord, we do these chantings. कोई भी परमात्मा को आप किसी भी श्लोक के द्वारा, स्तोत्र के द्वारा, भजन के द्वारा कीर्तन कर रहे हैं, that time another part of the mind should extend those prayers. Like somebody invited, है ना, एंड बातें की, देन वो चला गया. कोई बुलाया, कोई पर्पस तो होना चाहिए ना. So to when you remember the God, there should be a purpose. We don't waste his time. When you call, he'll come. When he comes, you should ask something. नहीं तो खामखा क्यों बुलाना है किसी को? Like I called you, you came out of your respect to me, original or नौटंकी. पूछा, हाँ स्वामी जी आपने बुलाया. मैं कहता कुछ नहीं, ऐसे ही बुलाया. अरे पागल थोड़ी है. ऐसे थोड़ी बुलाते हैं भाई, कुछ तो होगा. A purpose. Same way, with some purpose only we have to do all. And for us, the purpose is exclusively spiritual. बहुत टाइम हो गया भगवान अभी तत्व ज्ञान स्पष्ट नहीं है, भक्ति स्पष्ट नहीं है, योग विषय स्पष्ट नहीं है, और साधना पूरा भी शुरू हुआ ही नहीं. प्लीज ब्लेस मी इन ऑल दिस थिंग्स. So Lord does his own magic and then suddenly one day सुबह उठते ही सारा पिक्चर इतना क्लियर हो जाता है. और दिस इज व्हाट. ओके, नाउ आई गॉट इट. है ना, दैट एनलाइटनमेंट जैसे एक साइंटिस्ट को भी वो सडनली क्लिक होता है. स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन को भी because of his punya done, study done for long time along with the prayers and blessings, one day he just clicks. Oh, this is what the essence of spirituality in practice and experience. So let me try for it. ऐसा होता है. Now the mantra is Om Shri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam Aprameyam Sitapatim Raghukulanvaya Ratnadipam Ajanubahum Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Ramam Nishashara Vinashakaram Namami. Okay, the main Kriya Pada is Namami. I am saluting. Whom are you saluting? Sri Raghavam Nama, Lord Rama. And who is Rama? The entire sloka talks about all the attributes, Visheshanas, Lakshanas, glories of Rama. And why are you doing salutation to him? Invoking his kripa for the Adhyatmika Pragati, Anubhuti, Mukti. So, Sri Raghavam Namami. Sri Raghavam, Lord, one of the name is Raghava. Sri Raghavam. So, Raghukul mein hai Sri Raghav. Then Dasharatha Atmajam. He is the Tapofala of Sri Dasharathji, the great King Dasharatha and Father Acha. Sri study the Skanda Adi Purana. Their Mahimas are told. Especially the father of Dasharatji, Aja Maharaja. What an amount of great tapasyas he does it. ये सारे हमको पुराण में मिलते हैं. डायरेक्ट रामायण में राम जी का ही बोला जाता है. द अर्लियर वन के लिए टाइम नहीं है. But read the Puranas, you will see the glory of all these great kings too. So the Aja and Dasharatha. So Dasharatha Atmaja. Even Dasharath Jivi used to help the Devatas, etc., in eliminating, defeating the Rakshasas, etc. Dasharath ji commands the Shanaishwara Devata. Shani pakadte nahi. He has written Shani Stotras and all. हाँ Dasharatha Atmajam, son of Dasharatha. Aprameyam, Aprameyam, who cannot be caught by any of the Pramanas. Also, he is the one who cannot be comparatively said, because there is nobody compared to him. Aprameyam. With every word, Namaskaram. Sri Raghavam Namami. Dasharathatmajam Namami. Aprameyam Namami. Sitapatim. Most divine mother Sita ji, Sitapatim Namami. Then Raghukulanvaya Ratna Deepam. He is the Ratna Deepa to bring that brightness and Kanti to the Raghukula. Raghurama, Raghukula Tilaka Rama, Raghukulanvaya Ratna Deepa. See, we have to be the ones who add to the glory of the clan in which we are born. Raghukulanvaya Ratna Deepa. Ajanubahum, Asamanta Janubahum, his hand touches his own knee. That big is his hand. Including to say that his hand is so big that anybody can help. That's the sign of the big hand is to help anyone. कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं किसी को हेल्प करने के लिए. हाँ, if some criminals are there, उसको पकड़ने के लिए भी. So Ajanubahum. Then Aravinda Dalayata Aksh, whose eyes are like the petal of the lotus. So Sri Raghavam Dashatatmajam Aprameyam Sitapatim Raghukulanve Ratnadipam Ajanubahum Aravinda Dalayata Aksham Ramam Namam. Then Nishachara Vinashakaram. The one who destroys Nishachara, the negativities which pop up when the ignorance and delusion overpowers. Nisha means darkness. Chara means the moving beings. So when we have the Nisha, the ignorance, out of the ignorance, the Chara, the things move are the illusory negative qualities. Outside the Nishachanas are the Maricha, Subahu, Kara, Dushana, Trishira, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Indrajitu, all of them. The one who does Vinasha of them. To him, my salutations. So all these things we can apply to ourselves also कि इसमें से भी हमें अपने लिए क्या सीखना है. But the main thing is, with these great qualities, Rama stands unique way. My salutations to him. Oh Lord, bless me. Thank you. Just chant this mantra. How many times? 6 times. Start. ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि. ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजम् अप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि. ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि. ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि. ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजम् अप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुं अरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। ॐ श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। Raksha Mam Pahi Mam. Friends, when we do the chantings like this, our antakarana becomes sattvic. It becomes divinized. It invokes the grace of Paramatma. It helps in protecting from negativities, inner and outer, which helps in invoking and utilizing the positive inner and outer. So, such and so many other benefits giving. Chanting of these mantras, is it not worthwhile to give the time every day? है ना? खामखा समय को अनवांटेड चीजों में बर्बाद करने के बजाय, है ना, hours together sitting in front of TV and just in wool gathering, in the mental worries which has become a disease to most of us. Instead of that, one after the other, such mantras when we keep on chanting, praying to the Lord, one of these devatas, जिनको फुर्सत है, they'll come and save us. Isn't it? When you are in a problem, don't you send a common message in the group, भैया ये समस्या है. Then one of them who are ready and kind enough, they respond. ना? करते हो कि नहीं आजकल ग्रुप मैसेज? I'm in problem, can anybody help? So among them one or two our good friends who know us, they say, yes, yes, what's the problem? I'm there. So to praying to all devatas is group message. कोई ना कोई आएगा हेल्प करेगा हमको. That is one way. Only one God you hold on and wait till he blesses. है ना? एक ही दोस्त को पूछा हेल्प करो, अब वेट करो जब तक वो आएगा. अब 10 लोग है तो बोलो, one will come, no? Two things are important. We have to invoke the Paramatma Kripa and that Paramatma should come and bless. Whether you hold on to one Lord or pray to all and one of them will come. काम होना चाहिए, isn't it? There should be no doubt. Two things are that He is the Lord and He will bless me. ये faith हमको होना चाहिए. वैसे तो इतने देवता ही नहीं है, तो एक ही है, but in so many forms and all. Isn't it? So beautiful mantra it was. Thank you. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु. नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानां भवता जनता सुहिता भविता ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. अतिशङ्करसद्गुरवे नमः. सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिव कृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरन्तर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्म सद्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदम निराधारम. Can we chant from the mantra 4 onwards? Om Yunjate Mana, the second chapter, fourth mantra. Om Yunjate Mana Uta Yunjate Dhiyaha Vipra Viprasya Bruhato Vipaschitaha Vihotra Dadeva Yuna Videkaha इन्महि देवस्य सवितुः परिष्टुतिः युजेवां ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं नमोभिर्विश्लोक एतुपथ्येव सूरेः शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्राः आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्थुः अग्निर्यत्राभिमथ्यते वायुर्यत्राधिरुध्यते सोमो यत्रातिरिच्यते तत्र संजायते मनः. Savitra Prasavena, 7th onwards tomorrow. Now, fifth mantra we have to do today. Fourth one completely done satisfactorily. आरभ्य कर्माणि गुणान्वितानि भावांश्च सर्वान् विनियोजयेर्यः तेषामभावे कृतकर्मनाशः कर्मक्षये याति सतत्वतोऽन्यः. In this mantra, karma and karma offering is little more stressed. Therefore, the topic was Bhagavad Arpana Karma, say Bhagavad Prapti. Exhaustively, we studied every sentence with Bhashyam, especially the moksha sthiti is what? Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma Atmatvena Avagati is called moksha. Done. Now, Upasana say Bhagavad Prapti. Upasana means Upasamipe, Asana means Sthiti. All our faculties and we along with them seated very close to the Lord. We are close to anybody when whatever we have, we use for that person. So here also Upasana mein all our faculties and outer facilities, whatever we have, when we make use of them for the Paramatma, that type of activity, that state of being called Upasana. Through that Upasana also Bhagavad Prapti happens. Direct final Bhagavad Prapti is Ham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. In that only there is moksha. Even there also, two things you remember. One is Katha Mundakas, where Yame Vesha Vrunate Tena Labhyaha Chastesha Atma Vivrunate Tanu Swam. Whoever seeks that Lord and prays, to him only the divinity reveals. Then the other place, the Shankara Bhagavan Adi say, Ki Moksha Sadhana Samagriyam Bhaktireva Gariyasi. After telling about Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada, separately he mentions about the bhakti. Of course, it's a spiritual bhakti there. Swaswarupānusandhānam bhaktiritya vidhiyate swatmatattvanusandanam bhaktiritya jaguhu. These are all Shandilya Bhakti Sutra based thoughts. Shandilyaji talks about the bhakti as Atmaratya Virodheneti Shandilyaha. His Bhakti Sutras contain more of the Vedantic thought. Okay. Before that, as said to us by the authority of our Puranas, also our Rishimuni, even Saguna Paramatma Upasana also is always good. It is handy to and it is easy to conceive. It is acceptable to the mind too. Okay, you and I, as the students of pure Vedanta, along with students of other Shastras, should have the art of integratingly doing our Adhyatmic sadhana, not becoming biased towards some of the sadhanas and not doing them, therefore not getting benefited. For us, our Gurus, our Gurudeva, our Adi Shankara, our Vyasa, they are the authority. All of them proposed Advaita Brahma for moksha, no doubt. But at the same time, the need of other sadhanas, they have mentioned, they have stressed upon. They did, they guided. क्योंकि ना कुछ वेदांती लोग वेदांत तो करते नहीं, बट ऑन द नेम ऑफ वेदांत दूसरी चीजें भी छोड़ देते. In this world, there is moha delusion everywhere, not only in the outer samsara, but also in adhyatmika. माया किसको कहाँ कब क्यों कैसे फंसाती है, only Maya knows. So this Upanishad that way breaks all those shackles removes all those doubts, fills our heart with all these necessary sadhanas also. Bhagavad Bhakti se, Upasana se Bhagavad Prapti. Now, the Sambandha Bhashya. Uktasya arthasya dadimne uttare mantraha prastuyante. What is said in the earlier mantras? To make that knowledge stronger in us, the further mantras are spoken. Nothing new is added, but the drudata is brought for what is said already. Why this is done by Shruti Mata? Because Katham Nama Vishayandaha Brahmajaniyuhu iti. So Shruti Mata's kindness, compassion to her children who are studying her ki, people who are Vishayandha, blindfolded because of Vishayatva. Yesterday we have explained yesterday how they realize the Brahman. The two things here is, one is give up the Vishaya Bhogecha ityadi, and with that gathered mind intellect go to the Guru. Guru will teach the Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha through Upanishad, through Tattvamasi ityadi. This is one meaning of how the Vishayanthas, keeping away the Vishayas, go to the Guru and study Vedanta. Higher meaning is what, as we said yesterday, please remember, there is no Vishaya object. Therefore, there is no Vishayi, the corresponding subject. Then what if there is one substratum only on which subject object both are projected, in which there is entire world and there is entire samsara. So Vishayandaha means with all the Vedanta studied 10,000 times, still those who consider that there is something existing other than me as a Vishaya, other than Brahman. That's called Vishayanda. There is no wave, it's only water. There is no Vishaya. Vishaya means something other than me, and I become the Vishayi, the knower of it. There are no two things as knower and known. Those who don't know this, they are the Andha. Such people, how they realize that Brahman where the Vishaya Vishayi Sambandha or the duality is not there. Keeping that in mind of our compassion, how these Vishayandas realize Brahman, usko man mein rakhkar Shruti Mata gives the further shlokas in which Ukta Artha is told to become, to make it more drudha. What is said again to make it stronger, that knowledge. Out of her compassion. Katham nama vishayandaha brahmajaniho iti ata aha. What is this mantra now? Om Adihi sa samyoga nimitta hetuhu परस्त्रिकालादकलोऽपि दृष्टः तं विश्वरूपं भवभूतमेड्यं देवं स्वचित्तस्थमुपास्य पूर्वम्. Again. आदिः स संयोगनिमित्तहेतुः परस्त्रिकालादपरोऽपि दृष्टः अकलोऽपि दृष्टः तं विश्वरूपं भवभूतमेड्यं देवं स्वचित्तस्थमुपास्य पूर्वम्. Okay, now the meaning is what? Purvam is the last word. वहां से हम शुरू करते. Purvam means before we deserve the Mahavakya Upadesha from the Guru. Before we deserve to contemplate through that Mahavakya on Aham Brahmasmi. Purvam. उससे पहले do the Upasana. That Upasana helps in Chitta Shuddhi. Definitely that Ishvara is there. His blessings also. See, very fresh. Yesterday only. What did Mother Saraswati tell? That Leela, after telling about Chidakasha, Chittakasha and Bhutakasha, she said that only the Atyanta Jagat Abhava Sthiti only this Chidakasha Brahman can be known, and it is very, very difficult otherwise, but with my blessings you will get it easily. And because of our grace, without much of sadhana, this Leela enters into Nirvikalpa Samadhi and gets ejected out of the Sula Sukshma Sharira, and she goes into the Loka where her husband was. but Mother Saraswati's Krupa. In every of the Shastras, we will see that the Ishvara Krupa has its effectiveness in making us qualified for the ultimate sadhana of Tattvamasi Shravana, Tattvamasi Manana, Tattvamasi Chintana, Tattvamasi Dhyana, and Aham Brahmasmi Anubhava. तो तत्वमसी अनुभव नहीं होता, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभव होता है, बिकॉज तत्वमसी तो उपदेश है उसका नतीजा अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभव. Therefore, before those qualifications come, that's the meaning of the word purvam. What is to be done? Upasya. Do the upasana. Of whom? Of that Lord only naturally. Where to do? Swachittastham. And he is there in your heart, recognize him. Or you call him into the heart, or you establish him in the heart, whichever the language you use, but in your chitta, that Lord should be there. Do the upasana of him. And that Deva can be Sri Ragam Dasadatma Prameyam, as we saw now, or he can be any of the other Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah, kuch bhi ho Devata. But he should have all the lakshanas that are being said in this mantra. So this mantra gives us the general Shakti lakshanas of any Lord whom you take particularly as your Ishtadeva. Rupanama is your choice. But there is no choice regarding the Lordship of the Lord or the qualities which make the Lord, the glory which makes the Lord worshipful for us, which inculcates faith in us that He can bless us. वो लक्षण सबका एक ही है. This thought should never have any doubt in our mind. ठीक है. So this entire shloka talks about those divya gunas of Paramatma, like that so many, with those gunas that develop, that Shraddha Bhakti in that Lord should happen. With that Shraddha Bhakti, this Guna Yukta Bhagavan in the Rupanama chosen by you, in the heart, do the Upasana to him. Again, the Upasana is Nama Samkirtana, Upasana can be Bhajana, Upasana can be Kirtana, Stotra Patana, Upasana can be Shodashopachara Puja, Upasana can be glorifying him. All of that by which our faculties are offered to him is called Upasana. That also purifies us and enables us for Tattvasi Mahavakya Vichara leading to Ham Brahmasmi Anubhuti, which is moksha. That's the meaning of Upasana se Bhagavat Prapti. Okay, now one by one word, we'll just browse through for half a minute, then study it through Bhashyam. Same, Adihi, Saha, that Paramatma is the Adi. Then Samyoga Nimitta Hetuhu is the Hetu for Sanyoga Nimitta. Now these aspects are just touched and left in Upanishads, but these are so important for the majority of the sadhakas because only few will be there who are subtle enough directly to enter into Tattvasi Mahavakya Chintana. है कि नहीं? बाकी सारे जो लोग हैं, they also need and deserve moksha, but immediately they are not qualified for it. Therefore, in a simple manner said, these devotional aspects are taken up by our rishis to explain in such a big and bulky way through those Puranas running into thousands and lakhs of stotras and hundreds of stories. उन सबके लिए भी यही आधार है. जो the Vyas Bhagwan has given 108 Puranas to us, in which the Saguna Sakara Paramatma's glorification is done through various leelas and stories. For all of that, the authority is that, and the purpose of all of that is we maintain our status of devotion towards Him. And the basic of all the Puranas which talk about the Paramatma is this only, that 81,000 Shlokwala Skanda Purana ityadi. In that, whichever the Lord He is mentioned, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Skanda, Ganapati, All of them are Adihi. And second, Samyoga Nimitta Hetuhu. Sanyoga Nimitta Hetuhu. Third one, Paraha Trikalatu. He is beyond all the three periods of time. Then Akalaha. He is beyond all the Shodasha Kalash that are mentioned in Prashnopanishad. Then Vishwarupa. He is of the universal form. Then Bhava, Bhutam. He is Bhava as well as he is Bhuta. What are the meanings? Bhashyakara will tell. Idyam, therefore, worthy of worship or worthy of stuti. Idyam means stutyam. Devam, he is the pure consciousness. Swachittastam. Bring him into your own chitta. Upasya. Do the upasana of him. Purvam, before you mm, enter into the Mahavakya Adhyayana. That's why even in the Upanishads everywhere also, the Mangalacharana shloka is done in the beginning. Through some Shanti mantra by the Upanishadic Rishi. And the Bhashyakara writes one or the other mantra. Like, Nityanandam, Niradharam, Nikhiladharam, Avyam, Nigamadhyagatam, Nityam, Neelakantam, Namami. Don't you see the mantra given by Bhagavan Adi Shankara before he began the Sambandha Bhashya? Is it? Now, this becomes, please, a great advice guidance given to us. आज से लेकर जैसे हम हर क्लास में why do I spend such 7-10 minutes in doing all the chantings? That time I can save by avoiding it, no? That energy I can conserve also. But हम जिस लेवल में है हम मतलब मैं without भगवत कृपा even one sentence I cannot utter. Necessarily I need His grace. And some of you maybe reach पहुंचे हुए होंगे बाकी लोगों के लिए कंसिस्टेंटली बैठकर सुनने के लिए necessarily His grace is required. Otherwise, daily 5-6 classes without break, every day if we are doing with all our ignorance, stupidity, vasanas, worldliness, if not Bhagavad Kripa, what else? नहीं तो क्या बताओ? And that is because of this Swachittastam Upasya Purva. So we are in the class, we are studying at home, we are doing our various sadhanas. हर बार अपने चित्त में अपने इष्ट देवता with all these lakshanas. Remember and do some upasana to him and pray कि this endeavor I am taking up of japa or puja or study, please bless me to do it well. When it is done well, you will definitely give the result. And be intelligent in one thing. What is it? Don't ask the result from the Lord. Then ask Him to bless, to do whatever the sadhanas to be done in a best manner. Because when this is done, definitely He'll be giving us the result. Ask the result without doing properly is a wrong trend. That everybody will say कि हम साधना नहीं करेंगे. Then it will add confusion to Bhagwan also. है ना? Add confusion means he'll be confused कि कैसे तुम्हें पल जब कर ही नहीं रहे तुम. On the other hand, when we ask, Lord, give me the ability to do, then okay, Bhagwan के लिए ठीक है. And everybody also will understand. अच्छा, we have to do sadhana, then only the phala will come. Develop this habit of asking for abilities to perform, not just a result without performance. That's a wrong asking, which is not possible all the time. Mm. Then the maja of the entire world, entire life goes away. By the way, keep it in mind. That's a wrong prayer that I will not do anything, oh Lord, bless me with the result. Because Bhagavan himself, when he comes as Avatara, he does it, then only things happen. He goes to Lanka making that Varathi. Then only he could eliminate Ravana and establish peace and all. खुद ही जब भगवान या गुरु आते हैं बिना किए वो लोग है क्या विच इज द ऋषि मुनि जस्ट idly seated everybody worked so without work it won't happen therefore ability to work we should seek the Lord from Lord not the result without doing है ना भगवान give me the ability to do the seva or the work I result you will anyway give afterwards So adissa samyoga nimitta hetuhu parastrikālādakalopi druṣṭah tam vishvarūpam bhavabhūtamīdyam devam svachittastamupasya purvam. Every day do the upasana to the Lord in our own chitta. Now the bhashya is beautiful. आदिरिति आदिहि कारणं सर्वस्य शरीर संयोग निमित्तानाम् अविद्यानां हेतुः उक्तं च एष हि एव एनं साधु कर्म कारयति एष हि एव एनम् असाधु कर्म कारयति च इति कौशीतकी उपनिषदि परः त्रिकालात् अतीत अनागत वर्तमानात् उक्तं च यस्मात् अर्वाक् संवत्सरः अहोभिः परिवर्तते तद्देवाः ज्योतिषां ज्योतिर् आयुर् हो उपासते अमृतम् इति कस्मात् यस्मात् अकलः असौ न विद्यते कलाः प्राणादिनामान्ताः अस्ति इति अकलः कलावद् हि कालत्रय परिच्छिन्नम् उत्पद्यते विनश्यति च अयं पुनः अकलः निष्प्रपञ्चः तस्मात् न कालत्रय परिच्छिन्नः तस्मात् न कालत्रय परिच्छिन्नः सन् न उत्पद्यते विनश्यति च तम विश्वानि रूपाणि अस्य इति विश्वरूपम् भवति अस्मादिति भवः भूतम् अविदितं स्वरूपम् अविगत स्वरूपम् ईड्यं देवं स्वचित्तस्थम् उपासमस्मीति समाधानं कृत्वा पूर्वं वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान उदयातु. So here the Vedantic Upasana Bhagavan Shankara tells you. So we can do the Saguna Sakara Upasana to stabilize our mind. Once it is stabilized, then with the whose Upasana we have done so far, immediately take him to be Nirguna Brahma and the Upasana there is, O Lord, Tvameva Aham, you are me. That Upasana Vedanti here, Shankara Bhagavan says. Now, each hour would have lot of things beautiful to convey to us. We welcome you to join the study next day tomorrow. Thank you. We'll stop here. Time's up. Om 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 Purnamadaha Om Shrutimatre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Good. Now come for Gita study. Hope the sound was okay today. Maybe some disturbances here and there. Om Namo Narayana. Okay. Gita.